the first rule of defense is don't give away your position. Don't let the opponent know what it is that you're going to do next, both of which he did when he gave Hank and Marie the CD. And then from a purely trial point of view, if he ever has to defend a criminal prosecution, he's completely locked in. He's blocked every other possible avenue of escape, every other possible defense. And it really, from a trial perspective, was, I believe, a tragic error for Walt to have given that CD.
So how much does a guilty conscience of a criminal come into play into crimes? I mean, how many real crime and punishment Raskolnikovs are there out there?
You know, I really think that Walt is a good character study in that he's someone who started out with a conscience. But as he begins to lie more and more people, and to manipulate more and more people, he becomes a better liar. I think that the Walt that you see in the episodes today bears little resemblance to the Walt portrayed in the beginning of the series. And I do believe that real crime is like that.
Jesse Pinkman, he clearly has a guilty conscience, dumping millions of dollars into neighborhoods outside of his car, but he also has shown loyalty to his boss. How big is loyalty in terms of drug cases you've worked on, and has it been a big problem in cracking cases?
No, it's not. I have generally found that people are loyal up to the point that they think that it will benefit them, and then they're not loyal anymore. People generally cooperate. It's usually not a very difficult thing to convince a criminal that in order to save their own skin, they have to sacrifice someone else.
With putting a witness into the federal witness protection program, what does that involve?
Well, the witness protection program is run a little bit more carefully than the program that Jesse was going into, but I'm not exactly sure that he would qualify for the federal witness protection program, but it involves a willingness to come forward, to cooperate fully, and to participate in the program such that your actions can and will be monitored for the rest of your life to guarantee your safety. It's very confining. It's very difficult to get in the program. It's not very readily available. There are probably less restrictive options available to Jesse.
Whitey Bulger was on the lam, but for 16 years was hiding in plain view in Santa Monica. You know, I assume he wasn't going around using a California driver's license saying Whitey Bulger on it. Would he have possibly been in a similar situation that was planned for Jesse in Alaska?
You know, there are many ways that criminals hide their identities, everything from manufactured fake identification that come from other criminals to falsifying documents. There are lots of ways to change your identification. Everything from well-crafted to poorly crafted fake IDs, like teenagers do, to more elaborate schemes where you actually have to fake credentials to get actual government documents. They are available. They're usually expensive, and the punishment for creating them is usually very high. I think somebody needs to start cooperating fairly soon, because this is one of those cases where the first cooperator that makes it in with a competent attorney, I don't mean any harm to Saul, but he's just obviously not giving them good advice. The first person to make it in with a competent attorney is probably going to get the best deal. Hank is a DEA agent. Hank knows better. If this particular gambit by Walt makes Hank do anything other than go immediately to his supervisors, and probably he should go to an attorney first, but if Hank does anything other than go to an attorney with what he knows and what he has, he's making an incredibly poor decision. So Hank should be first. Everyone else really has something major to hide. Hank really doesn't. He may have a few things that he's going to need to take care of that'll hurt his career, but certainly not anything of the level that Jesse and Walt have to deal with.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you, Dale Mullen of McGuire Woods, for joining us.
My pleasure. Good to be with you, Betsy.
Thanks. And I'm Betsy Kim, editorial director of Lawyers.com.